Well, I've always just done music. How about my parents? They sung to each other at their wedding. I mean, shoot, I was 3 months
Oh, that's dope.
in my mother, so it just started it from the womb, But really, for real, I was at George Witham High School in Southside, and I was involved in this girl group. We actually won our talent show for our high school, and so in Richmond there was this big thing in Richmond called the Kennedy Talent Show. So everybody who went at their high school in Richmond got to perform at this one big talent show. It's like a showcase. And so we did that, and D'Angelo was also a part of that. And eventually, like for his first project, not on his first project because he does his own backgrounds, but we did, a little something with him at the beginning of his career of Brown Sugar.
Good stuff.
And that's how I kind of got started. And then from there, I became a solo artist. So I went to Howard, and I was just a part of different groups there. And when I finished Howard, I started singing background for different people like Ledisi, Michael Bolton, Julie Dexter, and I just, started working on my music. And so from there, a lot of people asked me to be on their different projects, different producers, different singers. And because of that, I put together an EP. It's called Duet of Daffodils. Now, these are songs that were done on other people's albums that were published already.
Okay.
But I just put a collection of work together for me just to get the ball rolling of Kia Bennett.
Fair enough.
As a singer-songwriter. And so right now I'm working on my real deal Kia Bennett.
What got me into music? Probably vibing out from my uncle's perspective, because my uncle used to have a record deal back in the day, Almighty and Katie Bronx.
Okay.
And that was probably the first initial thing that got me into music, just being so young and witnessing that joint from him in Jersey and seeing his rise and riding around with his name on the side of the Jeep and riding with him and all of that just kind of spawned it. I mean, I always fell in love with the music, but that was probably the first thing that initially pushed me towards music, because I was crazy young then, like 9 or 10, 11.
It got me interested and involved with music. I looked out the window one day and I stayed across the street from this dude named Dynamite J. You know what I mean? Who was a hip hop icon, like in 4 or 5, like in our area. This is the big brother, the big homie. And the boys out there breakdancing, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I probably was about 7, 8 years old. You know what I mean? So I went down out there and started pop locking along with them. Around that time, like Beat Street and breaking and all that was out, you know what I mean? So I started breaking and getting into the whole rap culture, you know what I'm saying? And it was just coming up all around me, like I just grew up inside of hip hop, you know what I'm saying?
I'm really not happy about it.
Okay.
Because, I feel like people say they want to be creative, but they're really not being creative anymore, especially like hip hop artists. It's not like real hip hop to me. We know the real hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So right now they're not giving me bars, they're not freestyling for me, they're not giving me delivery, But as far as soul music and R&B music, it's out there.
Indeed.
There's a lot of independent artists. People are like, well, what's up with R&B? Where's the soul music? It's out there. They're just not playing it on the radio.
Right.
And I really feel that the media and radio, they're really missing out on a demographic, 30 plus. Because, we grew up on some great music. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
I was 8, 9 years old listening to Anita Baker, Phyllis Hyman, Sade, Tina Marie, Whitney. Those are the people that I saw. They didn't have to take their clothes off to get the messages across, and their music was still the bomb,
Right.
So I feel like for this generation, I am those people to the young people. Because guess what? Music, to me, it has no age, it has no color,
Right.
If you're old enough to grasp music, it's a wonderful thing. Because we grew up on, I know I grew up on MTV. MTV played everything.
Right.
From the Cars, Cyndi Lauper, Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie, Culture Club. That's what I saw. So it was like all these diverse musical influences, to shape my ears growing up as an artist, you know what I mean? So we learn to like everything.
Current state of music is cool. I know a lot of people don't agree with it because it ain't as lyrical as it used to be.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm one of them people that have my moments with the lyricism. Like, man, I wish it was more lyrical MCs than it is now. But it's just like an evolution. You know, it's what's evolving from our culture, our communities, and everything like that. So I'm not mad at it. Of course, there's artists that I like more than others, but I think it's good though, because every commercial you turn to, McDonald's, anything dealing with shoes, anything like that, you see hip hop in every commercial. So that lets you know that the culture is that big. You looking at Queen Latifah getting nominated for Oscars. You looking at, you know what I'm saying, rappers on shows now. You looking at Ice Cube and all of these joints. And you looking at Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying, and all of that spawn from the culture. So I think it's moving good, you know what I mean?
The current state of the music scene is sad, but at the same time it's still the same. You know what I mean? It's the same like it's always been. It's always been that commercial side, and then it's always been that dope underground side. It's just depending on how far you dig in order to find exactly what you're looking for.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So it's hip hop definitely still has a pulse. You know what I mean? It's not all the way dead, but if you just look on the surface, you know what I mean? It's dead. It's just playing, ain't dead. It's just playing possum right now.
Yeah, no doubt. All right.
Well, I work with D'Angelo, I work with Julie Dexter, Deborah Bond, Kendrick the Family Soul, Raheem Devon, Ramp. I work with Michael Bolton, Angela Stribling, just a lot of folk. Who I would love to work with is everybody from the Two Up, Two Down, which is Missy, Timbaland, you know, Nerd, you know, which is, you know, for real.
Yeah.
I want to work with them. But also, I would love to work with the Justice League. I would like to work with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, Raphael Sadiq, James Poyser, Badu. This is who I'm checking for, and I'm actually working with them now because they're playing a couple of gigs with me. Y'all need to watch out for this band called Future Prospect from VCU. They are off the chain, and they are young and innovative and fresh. They're soulful, funky. There's like a fusion jazz soul funk band.
Oh, fresh.
And they bad.
What's the name again?
Future Prospect.
Future Prospect.
And also, you ever heard of Butcher Brown? They're from Richmond. They bad too.
Like,
I worked with a lot of artists, so it'd be crazy to go through all them names. But who do I want to work with that I haven't worked with yet? That is a great question. I like the dude Evan Barlow. I think he's super dope. Man, I work with a lot of people, man. It's hard. I just can't think of any right now off the top of my brain. You know what I'm saying?
Dolomic, of course. Rasta Carez. Clef Dollars.
You know it.
Both of them, rest in peace. I like these cats, Satellite Syndicate.
Okay.
And I like these cats, Fly Anakin and Concept Jackson.
Okay, dope.
You know what I mean? They doing some good work out here, man. You know what I mean?
Good stuff.
I think I might have a beat or two. I might slide and I like to hear them over.
No doubt.
Well, actually, they are my friends. Cy Smith, Yazara, Deborah Bond, The Crossroads, which is Wes Felton and Raheem Devon. They're all doing some Eric Roberson.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
In my opinion, the two biggest people for our culture, or the hip hop culture, or the music culture, that I think are the biggest is, I would probably say, Nicholas F.
All right.
And Noah. Just for the people that know him, the influence, who people pay attention to, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna be biased and say me, you know what I mean? Because it's a lot of top tier artists that get great recognition here, but I would say them two are probably like out, like as far as today. Like, I mean, we could go mad skills from, you know, back then, but as far as like present day today, because I definitely gotta give it up to Skills and them, they do their thing. But
No
present
doubt.
day today, probably will be Noah and Nick. Like, them probably the two people that if you did a survey of people and you asked them who they know that did music in Richmond, them probably gonna be the two most consistent names.
Fair game.
Right now, I gotta honestly say, Cheeks movement.
Okay, dope.
You know what I mean? It's not really an artist or producer per se, but it's just an individual with the movement. It's a movement. You know what I mean? Aimed at the hip hop culture, and he's doing a lot of things right now. He brought AZ to the Broadberries, man, making a lot of positive strides, man, in shaping and forming this hip hop culture right here in RVA and the whole DMV area.
This is what I think. I think everybody needs to stop being cliquish.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody needs to respect one another's goals and musical endeavors and support. Like, I have shows. Sometimes I don't even see other musicians that are supposedly my musical friends to come support. But I know I go support people that I know I believe in. And you can't have like this crab in the barrel mentality, because the thing is, sometimes you're not gonna always have money to pay people to do stuff for you, and vice versa. You just have to believe in what you're doing and do stuff for each other to bring each other up.
Mm-hmm.
So like me and my friend Desiree Jordan, if I have gigs, she sings background for me. If she has gigs, I sing background for her. We don't be worrying about the money all the time, because we know that we have a certain goal to bring each other up.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I have no problem. Like, if I can't get a gig, or if I can't do a gig, I'll be like, okay, let me let my friend know so she can do it.
That's right.
I'm not tripping like that, because I know all of us are here to do music.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be me, I can't be you. There's one kid Bennett. I can only do me.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
I think Richmond needs to embrace it more. Like, they need to embrace their musical side. I mean, they do. It's definitely gotten better. To me,
Yeah.
it's in the best place it's ever been.
Okay.
To me, just with the people that's at the top tier that people look up to and respect that do music here, is sticking together and rocking with each other. You know, it's nothing for you to come to a Gallo show and see the upper echelon of the city there. You know, the Noah O's, the Nicholas Ass, the Mike Millions, the Radio B's, the Chance Fishers, you know what I'm saying, the Erica J's, you know what I mean, the Mimi's, the Francois. Like, you see that upper crust of everything holding together. It's nothing for you to go to a Noah O show and you see that same people. So I think it's in the best place, but I feel like it needs to be better, because more people need to come in and appreciate it, because Richmond has culture. Like, it's a lot of diverse, cultural, super dope, multi-leveled and talented artists here, but they never get that recognition, because Richmond is not that hub. Like, Richmond is not like a hub where a lot of people are coming from out of town and you got traffic going through, because we don't have any pro sports teams. So you're not going to get that main traffic like that. But I just wish more people came into the identity of the city that they live in, because there's a lot of people here and they're super talented.
What it needs more of is more events.
Okay.
You know what I mean? More gatherings, and like you said, that social media presence, because a lot of people got to know that these events are even going down. You know what I mean? A lot of people throwing events, but it might not reach everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of things going down, but it just might not reach everybody. So we need to step that up. We need to come up with a platform.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That'll highlight and let these events be known. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, check out listeningpartybeats.com. We highlight artists, producers, underground producers, local and abroad. You know what I mean? We highlight the hip hop culture, what's true hip hop to us. You know what I mean? And the listening party is just that. You know what I mean? It gives people a chance to listen to something that you might not even heard before.
What day of the week and what time is that air and all that?
That's Thursday nights, 7 to 9. Every Thursday from 7 to 9 on 101.1 The Fan.
Good stuff, good stuff. Okay.
And that's on TuneIn Radio. Download the TuneIn app. Once again, you can check them out. www.1011thefam.org and listeningpartybeats.com.
Oh, I give you all the love I want in return, sweet darling. But half of love is all I see. Oh, babe, but it's just too bad, just too sad. You don't want me now, but I'm gonna change your mind, baby. Somehow, baby, said I want you the right way, babe. I want you, but I want you to want me too. Want you to want me, baby, just as I want you. Check me out on Instagram as Enchantress76, Twitter, Kia Bennett Music, Facebook, Kia Bennett Music. You can check me out on iTunes, CD Baby, and Bandcamp. My EP is called Duet of Daffodils, but stay tuned because I'm working on my new album. What is our fate? Does it belong to the higher being that put us together? Like the courting of our souls, daylight breaks and shines upon love's new face.
It's been a year since 319. I gave my life, my blue collar affiliations. I'm living nice. This shit is bigger than the music, it's a brotherhood. I gained a brother, mine is motherhood. I'm doing things that others wish they could. I gotta drive for us, and the fuel is those wishing demise on us. Look into the eyes of G. See hard times, no apologies. Pop-Tarts, frozen broccoli, had to keep the grind of 3, then add 3 more. Cause in my city, the murder rates are seesaw. They be poultry with triggers, they wanna cook quick. They're trying to leave you barbecued at the pulpits. And this ain't even views from the 6. Add 2 more, then turn the 40 backwards. Think about it. Snares the laces, I'm FIFA with the kicks. Compared to greatness, so watch how he exists around the doubt and those never respected me. I'm double tapping something you double tap regularly. Shit, the second show the weight of the first. I cradle my mind and I lay it in a verse. It's real. Joey Gallo on the Instagram, Gallo80 on the Twitter. You can find my music on SoundCloud, iTunes, Tidal, Google Play, Spotify, Shazam, a whole bunch of social outlets. I got an album called The Gallery that I'm getting ready to drop that you can check out on those joints. That's normally where I put shows and everything that's going on and happening with me. And right there. Pressure made me stronger, it'll never level me. The pain you endure to solidify the legacy. Music, how they treasure me. Looking back on my life, mom's working 3 jobs just so we could eat right. High school Pac-Man, yeah, I used to move light. Made a week's lunch money every 3 nights. Shit real, but you ask why I gotta fight. I'm just trying to take over the world, my nigga. You see your ex trying to leech, tell him, nah, I don't know you, nigga. Watch friends Cause if they wasn't in the dirt on the road, my nigga. Cause when you get to the top, them the ones that wanna go, my nigga.
Spit it, sicker than the global epidemic. I ain't asking what it do, I make it go as I intended. You know I get it poppin' like it's doctor recommended, or I cock it and extend it on the block. I'm apprehended by wolves in sheep clothing in the flock that I befriended from the school of hard knocks. Hard-headed, comprehended. They really understand the hood, that's the truth. Ask the youth, as for you, you out of here. Softer than koala bear. I'ma keep rocking till I'm squatting in the rocking chair. Used to do it for the love, now it's for the profit share. Full face beard on my grizzly just like a papa bear. All Pride the Plumber on Instagram. The Listening Party one listening party on Twitter, Listening Party -Beats on Facebook.
Don't stop, give it to them. I hope they get it. I took a stand, they took the stand like it's him that did it. I'm still paying for the same sins I've been committed. Before the time, before the crime paid, I've been convicted. Dope baby since early 80s, we've been addicted. You've been addicted like Arnold, what have you benefited? Look at the face of tomorrow and how it's been depicted. My future grooves are super Kama Sutra move. And truthfully, you twisted like a Rubik's Cube. Square in the circle, we don't care if it hurts you. Put them in the dirt, we stand on principle of virtue.